It is Saturday, August 22nd, 2026. You are looking live at the Mets Head. The Metsies are in the south side of Chicago and what is currently called Rate Field, which before that was called Guaranteed Rate Field. Before that was U.S. Cellular Field, and before that, Comiskey. It is home to the Chicago White Sox, who are in first place in their division. With 33 games remaining in the season, we are about to play the mid game versus the Sox. I am the Mets Head, talking all things New York Mets, with a preview of game, I think it's 129. Yes, with a preview of game 129 versus the Chicago White Sox. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets Head on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I was in the south side of Chicago to see those White Sox back in 2003. It was during first major baseball trip, a road trip with me and the traveling Dingleberries. They then played at U.S. Cellular Field, and we started. It was a 10-day trip. Then we saw 7 games in. We started in Ronkonkoma, Long Island, New York. Do it for Ronkonkoma. Then drove to Philadelphia. Then Pittsburgh. Then we saw the Cubs on the north side of Chicago. Then we drove to Milwaukee. Then the south side of Chicago to see the Sox. Then to Cleveland, and then home. It was an exhausting trip. I couldn't imagine doing it today at my age. Back then, yes, I was young. So we lost last night to the White Sox on a walk-off homer by Colson Montgomery. And we are now 58-71, 13 games under 500, last place in the NL East. 17 games behind the Braves, who are in first place in the NL East. And we're 11 games out of the last wild card spot, who I believe is held by San Diego. Let me show you the standings. What do you guys think? Where are we now? Let me check where we are. Here are the standings. Here we are at the bottom of the NL East. Only 2.5 games behind the Nationals for fourth place. I guess it could be a moral victory to not finish it last, but I want the better draft picks right now, more than anything else. And we're playing the White Sox, who are on top of the AL Central. The wild card, right? Let's see the wild card. Where are we in the wild card? The American League is the Yankees, the Red Sox with decent leads, and then the Rangers. Closely contested by the Blue Jays, Twins, and Guardians, all 1 game behind the Rangers. Baltimore's 2 behind, Detroit 2.5 behind. The Cubs have the wild card in the National League. The other one, the Phillies, and then San Diego with Arizona right on their tails. And here we are, 11 games out of the last wild card spot. We are 22 games behind the best team in the league, the Milwaukee Brewers. And that makes us the 25th best team in the league. We have the 6th worst record. We are ahead of 5 other teams. Oakland is in last. Did you hear that they lost Tyler Soderstrom for the year? That hurts me. He was on my fantasy team. And we are 9 games ahead of them. So we're kind of staying in the same spot for the past 3 months. Like I said, the White Sox are first in their division. They're 67 and 61, 6 games over 500. First place in the AL Central, 4.5. They have a 4.5 game lead over Minnesota and Cleveland, who are both tied for second place in that division. Bear with me one moment. Okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. On the mound for the White Sox is 33-year-old right-hand pitcher Luis Castillo. The veteran right-hand pitcher. That's the thing I want there. Let me bring him up. Luis Castillo, 33-year-old right-hand pitcher from Bani, Dominican Republic. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. You may know him from such teams as the Cincinnati Reds and the Seattle Mariners, who is most recently on before he got traded to Chicago. Doesn't look like he moves around too much. He stays for a few years, 5 to 6 years on each team. Let me zoom in for you. He has pitched in 266 games. He is 88 and 93 with a career 3.66 ERA. Very good. He has 1,595 strikeouts. He's very likely, I wouldn't say likely, maybe possibly. It's possible he could reach 1,600 strikeouts against us tonight. He has pitched in 1,526 innings, more strikeouts than innings pitched. And he has 489 walks. Which is a walk, I believe, about every third inning, just a little over 3 innings. This year, in total, he has pitched in 23 games. Nope. Started 20. I wonder why he didn't start those 3 games. Does anyone know? Could you leave a message in the comment? What's the deal with Luis Castillo? Why he has not pitched all his games, started all his games this year? He is 4-9 with a 4.99 ERA. Perhaps that is the reason why. He has 102 strikeouts in 115 innings. Well, I guess that means his strikeouts are down this year, but his walks are about the same. Since he's pitched 3 games for the White Sox, all starts. He's 1-0 with a 4.60 ERA. 16 strikeouts in 15 innings with 4 walks. Well, it looks like he's improved so far on the White Sox. His strikeouts have gone up and his walks have come down. It looks like he did not pitch well in Seattle. He was 3-9 with a 5.06 ERA, 86 strikeouts in about 100 innings. That's not good from him. It looks like, because most of the seasons, if you look, he strikes out more batters than he innings pitched. He had 32 walks. That's about the same. So that's what we're facing tonight. Let's see how he was originally signed as an international free agent by the Giants in 2011. He was then traded to Miami and then traded to Cincinnati. He is a 3-time All-Star, a Cy Young finalist, and he was a Rookie of the Year finalist. Against the Mets, I see he's pitched in 6 games. He's got a 4.98 ERA. The Mets are batting .305 against him with an .817 OPS. Let's see who's done well against him. Lindor, 8 for 15, 3 doubles, 2 homers, batting .533 against him. Let's see who else is doing good. Alvarez is 1 for 2, batting .500. I don't know. He's been hitting terribly, and I think we need him tomorrow. I would like to see Torrens, who is 2 for 5, batting .400 against Castillo. I'd like to see Torrens catch today for Scott rather than tomorrow for McLean. Scott doesn't have as much experience as McLean. I'd like to see Torrens work with him. And tomorrow is a day game after a night game. Semion's 5 for 21. He's got a home run. My ideal lineup against Castillo would lead off Francisco Lindor. Yes, I would do it again. I would not lead you off. I would try to take some pressure off of him. Let me zoom in here. Try to take some pressure off him by moving him lower down in the lineup. So I would lead off Lindor, who's 8-2. I just said, is hitting over 500 against Castillo. Bet Bichette second. At third base, 7 for 20 with 2 doubles and a walk against Castillo. Benj third, who last I looked was leading our team in batting average among active players. Then I'm talking about giving Alvarez a day off. I'd play Robert one more time. Even though he's 0 for 6 against Castillo, let him play in Chicago where he played or didn't play. I wonder, did he play? Does anyone know? Did Luis Robert play more games in Chicago or was injured more when he was in Chicago? I'm sure he played more. I bat Jared Young 5th at first base. He's doing well for us. Semien 6th. Beatty 7th in left field. Beatty is batting .250 this week, and he had at least 2 hits yesterday, right? 2 big hits with ribbies. Then I bat Torrens 8th. This does not seem like I have the right stat there. Torrens was not 0 for 5 against Castillo. I don't know where that came from. And then I bat Ewing 9th. So still Ewing's batting in front of Lindor. He's just batting ninth. Hopefully it takes some pressure off of him. On the mound for the Metsies is 27-year-old Scott, the 6'4", 215-pound right-hand pitcher from Coconut Creek, Florida. He was drafted by the Mets in the 5th round in 2021. We took Kumar Rocker first overall. Actually, I can show you this draft. (2021) draft. Henry Davis was selected first overall by the Pirates. I don't know what he's doing. Jack Leiter was second. No All-Stars. Benny Montgomery. Who's this guy? Is he? I know that the White Sox have 2 Montgomerys. I'm just wondering if this is the other guy. No, he's not. In the 10th pick overall, we took Kumar Rocker, who did not sign with us, and instead was drafted by the Rangers the year after. I think he's pitching decently this year. Where was I seeing it before? 22nd pick overall is Colson Montgomery by the White Sox. He is the one who hit the game-winning home run against us last night. Jackson Merrill was selected 27th overall by the Padres. We took some guy named Calvin Ziegler, 46th overall. Andrew Abbott, 53rd. James Wood, 62nd. Bubba Chandler we faced the other day, 72nd. I like to check to see if any of our players are picked. Mason Miller, selected 97th by Oakland. Hunter Goodman by Colorado, 109th. Christian Encarnacio Strand. Oh, that's the guy, the huge name on his back. I think he's on the Twins now. There he is, Christian Scott, 5th round, 142nd pick overall by the Metsies. Brian Wu. There's another Montgomery. How many Montgomerys are there? Jeez. Tristan Peters. Don't know who he is. We took Mike Vassell in the 8th round. Sounds like a medication. I'm trying to get to that. Justin Robleski by the Dodgers. Ben Rice by the Yankees. 12th round. And I wanted to show you this. 412th overall, Nathan Lavender, who pitched a 1-2-3 inning last night. Back to Christian Scott. In Scott's 2 years in the majors, he's only pitched 2 years so far. He's pitched in 27 games. He is 4-6 with a 3.89 ERA. 144 strikeouts in 132 innings with 47 walks. So what's 132 innings? Do I have 47 walks? Is a walk every just under 3 innings. Think he can do better than that? I think he has done better than that this year. Juice, what happened there? Because this year he's doing better. He's pitched 18 games. He's 4-3 with a 3.51 ERA. Look at that improvement. His ERA's come down a whole run per game. 105 strikeouts and 84 innings. You look at that, more strikeouts than innings pitched. Where 2 years ago, he had less strikeouts than innings pitched. I think he walked less back in his rookie season. But this year, yeah, he's not every 2 1/3 innings. Not great. Let's see what he did last time he pitched against Washington. This month he is not pitching well. Another reason why I'd like to see Torrens catching him, because look, he's got a 5.87 ERA this month. He did win against Washington, but that's 3 not great starts in a row. You go back to July, he had a 2.59 ERA in 5 starts. Looks like he had 2 not great starts in that month. For that, 3.68. So I don't know. He looks like he's losing it. 2.79 in May. So I'd like to see him get back on track. Hopefully Torrens will start and help him do that. He's only faced Brenton Doyle on the White Sox, who was 1-for-2 against him. I'm not sure what his career stats are against Washington. What am I saying? Against the White Sox. So, let's go Mets. We got a decent chance of Scott pitching. And we hit Castillo pretty good. Should be one to put in the books. Until next time, I'm One God.